Luigi's dice block now. 3 plus a 1 from Daisy for a total of 4. I think I can kind of see why Hammer Bros going to the right compared to where the star is. Because if he were to go in that direction, it would force him on an extra bad luck space. Alright, 2 versus 2 minigame this time, and it's going to be Massive Glory. And I'm with Hammer Bro for this one. Alright, see how this goes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get into the first round. Alright, start with 24 right there. And my opponent's only got 4 right there. We're off to a good start. Alright, round 2. Alright, 15 this time. And my opponent's getting 9. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, round 3. Only 5 for that one. And my opponents get 8. Alright, round 4. Alright, 24. Yeah, we got this. So yeah, pull off the win very well there on that mini game. Alright, only 2 more turns to go. Luigi's bringing out the custom dice block. Let's see where he's going to go with this. 6. And he's going to pick the green present. Oh, it's Lakitu, but thankfully Luigi's just 1 coin short of having enough to steal away a star. Oh boy, he's taking away some of my coins. And he gets 8 of them. And Luigi also gets that star. So that's going to make Luigi go into first place. And now, let's go ahead and find out where the next star is going to be. Well, it's back over there again. Alright, that's a special event for Luigi. Now it's time for him to go through that green pipe. Alright, I'm right at the area where the star's at, but from what I am seeing right here, I wouldn't have enough right here to get to where the star's at on this turn regularly, but just so I can make some use right here of my golden pipe, I guess I'll go ahead and bring that out right now. Alright, what are we gonna get here? A 2. Thank you very much for that star, Toadette.
Oh, yeah. You got a star.
And now we're up to 2 stars as we do get back the lead in first place. Alright, where's that next one gonna be at? Right there. Alright, there's a lucky space. Let's see what we're getting out of this. Oh, we make a rival lose 5 coins. Looks like it chose Hammer Bro. Alright, Rosalina's going with her dice block. 3. She lands on a versus space, so it's time for us to do a Rumble mini game. And we're playing the Rumble Mash-Off. Alright, what's the wager gonna be? 7 each. I just gotta press the button when we feel a rumble. Got it! And that will give me 15 coins. And Hammer's going to go back to using his dice block. 5 plus a 2 from Daisy for a total of 7. He gets the diamond space, and it's going to be a golden pipe. Oh boy. Alright, 4-player minigame for this one. Heir to a Fortune. Alright, let's try to see if we can go for a lot of money on this. Start by going left. Alright, very good start, as we did manage to get 3 coins. Alright, round 2. Let's go down this time. Alright, 1 coin there. Alright, time for round 3. Now we'll go left this time. Oh! We had bad luck trying to go for the 5 coins there. That's okay. Alright, round 4. We'll try going up. There we go. We do get 5 coins from that. Alright, final round. I'll go left. And we got 10 coins! Nice! So we got a grand total of 19 from that mini game. That already turned out very nice. Alright, let's go into the final turn of the game. Luigi's gonna go with his dice block, and he rolls a 6. We, of course, can't buy any items on the last turn. Oh, Luigi was 1 space short right there of getting to that star. It would have been possible for him to get it if he would have rolled a 7 on his dice block. But it wasn't quite enough. Okay, we'll go and end things off with the Mario dice block. Alright, 3. But this is interesting, because even though there are no items at the regular shop that Luigi went by on the last turn, we could still buy something here on this shop in the last turn, but because all these items are going to be pointless for what we got in the last turn, no point in buying anything here. And down goes the ice cream. Not that it matters right here, since it is the last turn, like I said. Alright, Rosalina gets an 8 on her dice block. And she also lands on that special event. So it's time for her to go through that red pipe. Alright, on a hammer, bro. Yeah, it definitely does make sense for him to use that golden pipe, since this is the last turn. Alright, he's gonna get a 1 plus another 1 for Daisy for a total of 2. But regardless though, Hammerbro's gonna be able to secure that star. And now we got a really intense game on our hands here, as all of us are currently sitting at 2 stars. It's pretty much anybody's chance to win. Okay. Now, the next star is going to be right over there. But not that it matters right here. None of us have a chance of getting over there anyways. Alright, so it's time for the final mini game. We're doing a 4-player mini game. And what's it gonna be? Slapperazzi! Okay. Glad we are ending things off with a mini game that I absolutely really love. Alright, let's do it. Alright, good start there. Nice. Alright, that one wasn't too bad. Okay. Much better. I do like what I'm seeing here. Alright, now it's on to the final round. Alright, got the win with 19 points. Alright. So now that we're all done with the last turn, let's go ahead and go over the final results, and then we'll see who our winner is in a moment. Alright, time to go ahead and give out the bonuses. The first bonus is the rich bonus. Alright, who's gonna be getting this? Me! Alright, now on to the second bonus, and it's gonna be the Slowpoke bonus. And that is going to Rosalina. Alright. time to reveal the winner. Alright, who is it? It's me! That's how you do it. So I must say, that was a really fun game for how this turned out. So we do come out on top of the win with a total of 3 stars, which is not too bad. Glad things worked out well in my favor from what I was expecting. So anyways, let's go ahead and go over our detailed results before we wrap things up for the segment. So I had a mini game by 46 over Hammer Bro. And me and Luigi found one hidden block while Rosalie and Hammer Bro didn't find any of them. Luigi used the most items with 3, Hammer Bro used 2, I used 1, and Rosalina was the only one that didn't even use a single item. Hammer Bro was the only one that had an ally, and then Luigi had Sightseer by 10 over me and Hammer Bro, while Rosalina has a Slowpoke by 4. Then I landed on the most blue spaces. Rosalina was the only one that landed on a red space. She landed on 2 of them. Luigi landed on the most lucky spaces. Rosalina was the only one that landed on a Versus space. Then we have a 3-way tie for the most event spaces with me, Rosalina, and Hammer Bro. We each had 3 while Luigi landed on 2. Luigi landed on the most item spaces. And then Rosalina was the only one that landed on both a regular bad luck space and an extra bad luck space. And here's the graph as well, if you all want to see that. Alright, anyways, this really turned out to be a great game, like I said, and I'm certainly very proud of myself for the way that I was able to get this win. So let's claim our priority points here. Alright, so anyways, that is going to do it for Super Mario Party for the Nintendo Switch as part of my 2026 4th of July special. But we still have some more games to play, and I will see you all for the next segment right after this, so stay tuned.